Antarctica is a frozen, unspoiled wilderness and the Earth's coldest continent. For more than a century, adventurers have been coming here. Although much of the continent has been explored, very few people have climbed its mountains, and even fewer have reached the top of those peaks. But now a team that includes Chomolungma climber John Krakauer steps into the world of snow and ice in the region of Queen Maud Land, Antarctica. They must cross almost 64 kilometers to reach their goal. This thin, very steep peak named Rekneven. It has never been climbed before. For John, still troubled by the loss of his friends on Chomolungma, the challenge is not only physical, but personal.
If we get up this thing, even though I will have done little or none of the leading, it will be a much more satisfying accomplishment than having climbed Chomolungma. I'm sure people won't believe me, but that's absolutely true. I wish I'd never heard of Chomolungma. I wish I'd never gone there.
Lead climber Conrad Anker feels his way up the rock face, climbing along the line of a crack in the wall. It's a difficult, dangerous climb, and the men are anxious.
The fear I encounter when I'm leading primarily is centered around not falling.
Then the weather changes, just like it did on the day John was climbing Chomolungma. The Antarctic sky darkens and storm clouds appear. The team is forced to climb down the peak. No one knows how long the storm will last, so the climbers decide to wait in their tents for the bad weather to pass. 2 days later, the weather clears, and the team returns to the peak to begin the climb again. John helps to carry equipment and supplies up the side of the peak. As it gets dark, the team decides to spend the night in tents that will hang about 450 meters off the ground. It is a dangerous location, but they finally get their tents set up and relax with a hot cup of coffee. The next morning, the final part of the climb is difficult and dangerous. Rocks from the peak fall easily. Despite the many hardships, John is determined to keep climbing. The rock on this mountain is very, very sharp. Each time you put your hand in a crack to pull yourself up, no matter how careful you are, you will probably cut your skin. It's a hard climb, but John is enjoying the challenge. It's a feeling he hasn't had since Chomolungma. At long last, after 10 days of difficult climbing, the team finally reaches the top. They are the first. In a world where people have been nearly everywhere, no one has ever been here before. John brings out the flag he brought to Chomolungma.
I took this thing to the top of Chomolungma, and I just never even took it out of my pack. It was too cold, too much, too bad a vibe, went right back down. This same flag? Same flag. All right, here's to vindicating that big old mountain.
John puts his flag on the top of the mountain. He has reached his goal.